Hey, what's going on, fellas? Hey, what's going on, fellas? Tony, Tony in the house. Tony, I'm doing well. Been watching my Illini play Tennessee. A ranked battle of 13 versus 14. I just left the screen. Illinois up by 9. That might have changed, but I was encouraged by the last 10 minutes of college basketball that I watched. So life is good. We got Packers week this week for the Bears, so I'm excited about tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. We got a little friendly rivalry at the high school. I'm so close to the Wisconsin border. We got some Wisconsin Packer fans, so it should be interesting. We got Josh in the house. What's going on, Josh? Dan B. What's going on, Dan? Darren. What's up, Darren? Yeah, Michigan did okay today. I would say so. In basketball, they're just on fire. Then they just beat Rutgers by like 40 points. I heard a stat during the Illinois game that Michigan basketball has won like the last 3 or 4 games by a combined 151 points. So that is crazy. It looks like the Indiana OSU game is pretty good too. For anybody watching that, I was glued to my Illini, but I was keeping track of the score on my phone. So yeah, it's been a good sports day. It's gonna be a good sports weekend. Fantastic football games in the NFL tomorrow. We got playoff football in the fantasy league, which I am out of, at least for the playoffs. Jake disposed of my team last week, so I needed a win, and he disposed of my team. So, oh yeah, let's see some fire today. I'm with you, Darren. Let's pull some fire. Why not? Oh, that's what's up. Dan B watching the Buckeyes. Yeah, I know a lot of people that are in the Indiana boat right now. One of the ladies in the department that I'm in the high school, she's Indiana grad, and she's just been talking Indiana the entire week, really the entire season, but really amped up for this last week. All right, we'll give it another minute or two and see if anybody else files in. But we got a lot of the break room all stars. So welcome back, fellas. Jean Ree in the house. What's up, Jean Ree? No, yeah, I saw that. Tony, I saw that on Facebook. Like all the people that were rooting for Indiana this weekend, and it was basically the entire United States except for Ohio. So that was kind of interesting. I think people are probably just a little tired of Ohio winning everything, but hey, haters are gonna hate. It seems like it's gonna be a good game. At least a really fun second half. Sorry guys, my voice is a little bit off. I'm not sure if I'm under the weather or I don't feel bad. I just definitely feel like my voice is a little off, but don't worry, I'm okay. I want to make a quick plug for next week because I got some different things coming next week. For baseball, we had talked about potentially doing a baseball. This is my last baseball. I'm not really sure why I was holding on to it, maybe just for good luck, but hey, we're getting close to the new year, so I thought I would run it. So if you have looked at the listings for next week, you'll see that we got a baseball, and I'm pairing it up with Signed and Slabbed, so that should be fun. There is a pretty good checklist there. If you guys want to take a look at it, we've had some pretty good fire come out of that thing. When it comes to football next week, a couple other things that I've been kind of holding on to that I think it's time to open and see what's what. We got the 8x10 photo, which we're still looking for one of those headliners. And then one of the OG products, special place in my heart in the first break that I ever had this year, as Call Your Shot Sports Breaks. We opened this guy, and we pulled Jerry Rice, which is one of the headliners right there in the front. That was the first box we ever opened, but we got 2 more of these. I'm hoping over the next couple weeks to make it happen as kind of an homage, full circle for the year coming to a close, which I'm kind of excited about, and all the things that the new year brings. All right, we're going to dive in here. What's going on, Dave? What's going on, Dave? How's it going, Ken? Ken in the house. Yeah, I agree. Those are going to be a good time. Tonight after the break, we are also going to run the Facebook member break appreciation little freebie break. We're doing 2020 Panini Contenders football. We got a little hanger pack here with some pretty good potential in terms of quarterbacks. It's got Herbert, it's got Tua, it's got Burrow, it's got that guy from Green Bay, which I'm not going to say his name out loud the day before we play him, but we had 11 guys that jumped in. If that is something that you are interested in, feel free to click on the video description, and there's a link to the Facebook group. It's free of charge. Jump in. We got 40 people in the Facebook group right now. I think I'm up to 97 subscribers on YouTube, 98 or so on eBay. So that's exciting. It'd be cool to hit the 100 mark before the end of the year, but no pressure. I wouldn't hate it if you like and subscribe to the channel, but no pressure, like I said. For those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Bart, and welcome to Call Your Shot Sports Breaks Memorabilia. We got a great group of guys here, week-to-week basis. This week, we are opening 5 items that are on the table here. We'll start with the tried and true. We got a black bag for football. This will be a jersey coming out of Gold Rush. We'll then move our way to the little mini helmet. We've had some decent hits come out of the mini helmet, but still winning on one of those headliners. I think we've got this one and 3 more left in the case that I got, so we're still waiting on some. For basketball, we got the Signed and Slabbed, which has been straight fire since the moment we opened the first one. I've been a big fan of that. We've got the basketball jersey out of Gold Rush. We're going to pair those guys together. And we also got the hockey. The hockey seems to be pretty popular. People are really into hockey right now. I myself have watched more Blackhawks hockey in the last 3 weeks than I probably have watched in the last 2 years. So I'm excited about it as well. All right, guys, it's been 7 minutes. We got 14 people here. One person give me a like. I'll take it. That probably means it's time to get started. So let's get after it. I'm sure you guys want to get back to watching the OSU game, or maybe you're doing a dual screen. I'm honored if you're splitting your time with me and the college football 1 and 2 playing in prime fashion here on Saturday night. We're going to get right after it. As everybody knows, eBay does require that I mark all items as shipped, whether or not your team hits. If you do see a tracking number up there on eBay, that is your confirmation that your team is the one that hits, and that you'll be seeing that tracking number change on Monday morning when I get this out to USPS and get it headed in your direction. But a friendly reminder to all the new people here that if your team doesn't hit, eBay does require I marked item as shipped. And of course, that tracking number is confirmation that you are actually going to receive something. So we're going to get right after it. We're going to dive right into football. I think after football, I'm going to go into hockey. And then I'm going to end it here with basketball. And then we've got 11 guys that are in that Facebook group appreciation break. All right. So I walked you on a quick trip around the bag. Everything looks like it's in good working order as always. Take some pride in the transparency. Let's get after it. Good luck to everybody. I love that. Good luck to everybody. Let's have some fun tonight. I thought we had a dynamic break last week. Let's continue the stretch. We got a lot of Gold Rush here. All Gold Rush products on the table, which if you haven't caught on, I'm a big fan of. All right, here we go. Good luck to all teams. Let's get after it. Let's start with this football jersey, black bag. Here we go. Let's start it hot. All right. So when it comes to jersey, I got Jacks here. So we got Jacks on a 27. It does look like a New England Patriots jersey. Got a nice autograph. Long autograph. But a nice one. It is Beckett certified. So Beckett cert, we got W054680. W054680. JC Jackson. Oh, no, not Jax. Jackson. No, yeah. This guy was covered up. So, yeah, JC Jackson is absolutely right. So I think I got Jeremy. I think that's Jeremy in the chat there. Thanks, Jeremy. Absolutely right. JC Jackson. And it looks like this New England Patriots. Let's go take a look. This is a nice hit. JC Jackson. New England Patriots. And for the Patriots this week, we got Jose. So Jose jumping in this week. And Jose is on the New England Patriots. So this one's going out to Jose. I'm going to go take a quick peek at JC Jackson. Yeah. Patriots is right. The colors are pretty iconic. Super Bowl champ, Pro Bowler, 26 interceptions, ball hawk. New England, he played for 5 years, a little bit of time on the Chargers. That's right. A little bit of time on the Chargers. That's right. And then he came right back to New England. It's a nice hit. Ball hawk, JC Jackson, Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champ. We'll take it. Congrats to Jose. Hey, we got Jake in the house. What up, Jake? There's the guy that knocked me out of the playoffs for fantasy football. Of course, Jake had a phenomenal week last week. His team was on fire. It could not be stopped. I had nothing. I had nothing to counter the beast that was his starting lineup. All right. One of my gloves just split here, fellas. Give me a second to grab a new one. So, quick second there. No glove, no Jordan Love. That's the rule. All right, let's get after it. So we had JC Jackson for the Patriots. We'll get into this little mini helmet and go from there. Still waiting on our headliner, like I had said. So let's do it. All right, 2 gloves. We're back in action. So let's do it. Hey, that might be true in your minds, but the fire came out last week against my team. All right, we got this little mini helmet. Quick chipper on the box. I will open up the top here. As you can see, the tape is in good working order. We've got that patented secondary seal. I'll take you on a chipper on the box this way. This will be the bottom of the box, which I am not going to open, but you can take a peek at. And not too much going this way around the box. All right, fellas, let's get after it. I'm going to slice open both sides and then slice it across the top there. So good luck to all teams. How about a nice headliner here? I think we are definitely due out of the mini helmet for a nice headliner. There goes one side. Here goes the second. All right, fellas. Here goes the top. Good luck to all teams. Secondary seal. Open. Good luck to all teams. Here we go. All right. Ooh. All right. Looks like we got another salute to service helmet. Looks like it's in the military. Looks like it's going to the Indianapolis Colts. So as the camo alternate, we had that salute to service for the Cowboys, I think the last time around. There's the autograph. Looks like it's number 5. Anthony Richardson. Hey, we'll take QBs all day. Anthony Richardson. Obviously still a young guy. I think that's a nice hit. Colts are having a nice year. Sputtering a little bit lately. We got a big game tomorrow. It's on the slate on what should be a fantastic Sunday of football. Yeah, this is sharp. I've been actually looking into some salute to service jerseys for the Chicago Bears lately. I dig it. And of course, anytime you can shine some light on the men and women of the military, I think you should do it. Of course, all the freedoms we have were paid for by the people in the military. They paid the price for us to live a life of freedom. I got a lot of appreciation for that. BK9 1443. BK9 1443. Indianapolis Colts, Anthony Richardson on the camo alternate. Let's see if I can get a good angle of the autograph there. That's a nice one. White Sharpie there. Yeah, that's beautiful. Not a big Colts fan, but I am a fan of that helmet. All right, camo alternate. That's a beauty. All right, let's go check on the Colts. Who's on the Colts this week? All right. So when it comes to the Colts, we got Eric. So we got Eric S. This one's going out to Eric. Eric has jumped in the last several breaks and hasn't had a ton of hits. So I would say that he was just about due. Congrats, Eric. I don't know if you're here in the house tonight, but if you are, congrats. A really sharp camo alternate. Anthony Richardson, Indianapolis Colts, coming your way. Yeah, congrats. No, yeah, the hoodies are nice too. I think I'm gonna be all in. I think I'm looking at getting a Caleb Williams salute to service jersey. That's kind of what I've been peeking at, kind of what I've been eyeballing. All right, I'm gonna push some things kind of forward here. So we got the JC Jackson. I'm not sure if it'll stand up for me. We'll give it a shot. Well, maybe I'll tuck it behind this guy for the time being, and we'll bring it back out at the end. All right, we will move on to some hockey. So maybe I'll push basketball over for a second. We'll move on to hockey, and then we'll end with basketball. We've got the double for basketball. And then when it comes to hockey, just the one box of Extravaganza. We've had some nice hits here. We're down to our last couple boxes of this one. And then I've got plenty of the next series with Ovechkin on the cover. We had talked about it. Some people in the chat were excited about it. So we should have hockey for the foreseeable future through these cold winter months until we get back to some baseball and some things like that. I am going to mix in baseball as we go as well, but probably stick to a lot of these winter sports since people seem to be on them right now. So that seems to be popular and seems to be what people like. All right, we're going to get after it, fellas. We know Gold Rush for the people that have been here, for the people that are new timers or first timers. We got some cellophane wrapping. We got a patented secondary seal. But of course, as always, quick trip around the box just to make sure everything's exactly the way it should be, the same way I received it from the distributor. All right. I got a few more people liking the video. Thank you for that, fellas. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. All right, let's get after it. Let's see what we got in here. We got some hockey guys. I got Darren in the house. Darren is my my hockey go-to guy, but we got some other guys that know what's going on, so probably more so than me. I'm not a hockey expert, but I'm learning. All right, guys. Good luck to all teams. That's right. Transparency. And if you are enjoying a nice ice cold beverage, you know what to do. Transparency is the word of the breaks. It is the drinking word if you're enjoying a nice cold beverage yourself. So, all right, there goes the cellophane wrapping. There's that patented secondary seal. Looking pretty good. Hopefully as good as my Illini. Hopefully the Illini closed out Tennessee and closed up shop there. All right, here we go. It's seal time. Gold Rush 2025 Extravaganza hockey jersey. Let's go. Good luck to all teams. How about another banger? Hasn't let us down yet. Why start now? Here we go. Ooh, okay. I like the color scheme right away. So we've got blue, we've got orange, we've got white. I'm probably going to mispronounce it, but that's okay. Trotier. That's going to be my best guess, fellas. 19. We got the JSA. JSA cert is usually pretty legit. Got a nice old autograph here. This one's going out to the Islanders, it looks like. Full send. Nice. Tony's got that long sleeve for the Lions. Here's the autograph, fellas. It's a sweet one. It's a sweet one there. Trotier. It does look like he also has the Hall of Fame inscription there as well. That's pretty sweet. Hall of Fame 97. JSA on the cert. WP 79. Oof. Give me a second, fellas. Come on now. WP 797739. WP 797739. Guys in the chat are saying Brian. Looks like Islanders. I trust you guys. Nice thing about the hockey jerseys, we can open it up and make sure. Not that I doubt you. You guys know what you're talking about. When it comes to hockey, I know some. but I am no expert. All right, there's the full one. This is a nice color scheme. Something about white, blue, and orange just looks good. I got some on right now, just trying to harvest some good luck for tomorrow. Yes, so we got New York. And this one will go out to the Islanders. We'll go take a peek and see who's on the Islanders this week. And then I will educate myself on all things Brian Trottier or Trottier and try to get a better sense of the things I'm looking at. Trottier. Okay. So that was my initial guess as to how to pronounce it. So sounds French to me. Definitely Canadian, if I had to guess. All right. And then when it comes to the Islanders. So the Islanders this week, this one's going out to Dave. So this one's going out to Dave J. So congrats, Dave. Hey, I appreciate that, Tony. You know, that hooked on phonics when I was a kid is starting to pay off. Not bad for a math teacher. I'm better with the numbers anyway. I saw the number was 19 right away. I'm not giving myself too much credit, you know. I was able to identify that one. But when it comes to the name, you know, hooked on phonics, I'm thankful for it. All right. So, like I said, this one's going out to Dave. Dave J, congrats. So we got Dave. 4 cups in the 80s, says Darren. All right. I'm going to go nerd out for a second. Give me a second, fellas. Brian Trottier. He was a center, a lefty. Over 1,200 games played, over 500 goals, over 900 assists, over 1,400 points, over 900 penalty minutes. I got appreciation for that. That's sweet. Drafted in the second round. He's a Hall of Famer. 6-time Cup winner. 75-76 Calder. 4-time All-Star. 78-79 Ross. 78-79 Hart. 79-80 Smythe. 88-89 Clancy. He's on the 2017-2018 NHL's 100 top greatest players anniversary team. That's dope. That is absolutely dope. And he played 15 years for the Islanders. No other team need apply. He did play a little bit for Pittsburgh, but 500 exact games for the Islanders. That is dope. That is a beast. If you can play that many games in the NHL, those guys are already tough to begin with. If you can survive for that long, 6 cups, stop it. This one's going out to Dave. Congrats, Dave. That is a solid hit. 6-time cup winner. Man, say less. All right, some solid hits here. So New York Islanders going out to Dave. All right, we're going to scoot over to basketball. I'm going to tuck over this jersey so that it holds up the J.C. Jackson. Maybe I'll try to move that guy to the middle there. All right, fellas. When it comes to the basketball, we got 2 items in the basketball this week. I think we'll start with the jersey, and then we'll end on the sign and slabs. Much like the sign and slab for the other sports, hasn't let us down yet. I've been enjoying it, so I'm hoping that trend continues. I also got some sign and slabbed in for football. I don't know if I ever told you guys that, but I got some football in and some Hall of Fame baseball. So I'm excited about that. Eventually here, we'll start seeing some of that trickle in as well. Heck yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, Canadians are a different breed when it comes to hockey, and I'm here for it. All right, we'll jump into some basketball. So we've got some nice hits here on the cover. We've had some decent hits come out of it already. The checklist is absolutely fully loaded. I'm not sure there's a hit on there or a name on there that I wouldn't be PCing if I hit it myself. So to say I'm excited to see what comes out of here is an understatement. All right, Gold Rush. We cellophane wrap in that secondary seal. As you can see, everything in working order. A quick little public service announcement that I always say, at least for this product, because we've got some female athletes that are here. So I tried to include on the eBay posting as well, is I didn't want to sell separate teams for the females because I just wasn't sure how it would be received. So if we do hit one of the female players, it will go to the city that they play in. So for example, Caitlin Clark, If that jersey gets pulled, it will go to Indianapolis. Obviously, she plays for the Fever, but I didn't want to sell like a whole spot by itself for just the female team. So that will be a Indy Pacers hit. So that will go to the Pacers. For Angel Reese, that would be Chicago Bulls, since she plays on the Chicago team. So just a public service announcement here before I jump into it, just to make sure that in the event we do hit one of those, that's how we're going to handle it. All right, keep things fun, keep it transparent, which, of course, if you're enjoying that beverage, you know what to do. All right, let's get after it. Good luck to all teams. Cellophane wrapping first. All righty, here we go. Crispy secondary seal. All right, let's get it. Special shout out to all the people that jumped in, picked up some extra teams, helped us fill the break. We were entirely sold out by like 6:30 p.m. tonight, and I do appreciate that, everybody. Thanks, fellas. All right, here we go. Seal's broken. Let's get after it. What do we got this week? Here we go. Good luck to all teams. All right. Let's take a look. So it looks purple and gold. Howard. This looks like Dwight. Is this Dwight Howard? Dwight Howard for the Los Angeles Lakers, it looks like. This is a solid hit. Big old autograph, if that is who I think it is. Yeah. It's a nice autograph. We do got that Beckett cert. For the Beckett cert here, we got WZ57362. WZ57362 Beckett cert. I think it's Dwight Howard. I'll take a look at it just to be sure, but let's take a peek. Why not? So we got Los Angeles Lakers up front. I'll go take a peek at NBA reference, but Lakers hit for sure. Nice hit, Howard. I will always forever remember Howard for all the dunk contests and all the extras. Always a fan. Always a fan of Dwight Howard. It's a nice hit. All right. We'll go take a peek. Dwight Howard for the LA Lakers. LA Lakers this week. We got Jean-Rie. Jean-Rie. LA Lakers. Jean-Rie. Jean-Rie, our week-to-week LA guy in baseball, takes the Dodgers, takes the Angels a lot. So it does not surprise me that he took the Lakers here. Big LA guy, Jean-Rie. Congrats, Jean-Rie. My pleasure, my man. Thank you. Thanks for always jumping in and being a good dude. It is much appreciated. Enjoy having you here. All right. Let's go take a look at Dwight Howard, a Hall of Famer, 8-time All-Star, 2-time block champ, 2020 NBA champ, 8-time All-NBA, 2004 All-Rookie, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 5-time All-Defense. Woo! Oh, baby. D12, Superman, the Daily Double. However you spin it. He's a baller. Dwight Howard, D12. Going out to Jean-Rie. No, yes, I agree. I'm with you, Jake. A little bit of a shame how he tapered off towards the ends, but a very solid player at the beginning of his career, mid of his career. But to be an NBA big man for a long time and to be able to withstand it, man, the toll it takes on your body. Now my other glove broke. So, all right. Like I said before, no glove, no Jordan Love. Maybe these are all good signs for tomorrow, at least for my Bears. All right, so we're back in action. All right, so we got one last item here, fellas. We're going to get after it. So we've got the signed and slabbed basketball. Out of Gold Rush as well. Quick trip around the box. Then we'll do a quick recap And then we got 11 guys in the Facebook group. A little freebie break. We'll open up some contenders and look at some cards. All right. When it comes to the signed and slabbed, we know it's kind of got triple transparency. We got the cellophane wrapping, got the secondary seal, and then it will be inside of another black bag on the inside there. So let's just get after it. All right. First Laker jersey. Nice, Jean-Rie. That's sweet. That's a good one for the first time. Gold Rush. Secondary seal. In good shape, as you fellas can see. Let's break that guy open. So here goes the seal. All right, seal's gone. Let's take a look inside and see what we got. All right, little black bag. And there goes the box. All right, fellas. Last item of the night before we get to that little freebie break, like I said. But otherwise, quick little trip around the bag. Everything looking good. All right, let's get after it. Good luck to all teams. Why not? How about another banger? We've had some really big names here tonight. Hall of Famers galore. Hall of Famers galore. A young QB. A guy with 26 interceptions. And the hits keep on coming. The hits keep on coming. The glove. Maybe that's the reason why both of my gloves were disintegrating in real time. The glove. Gary Payton. No glove, no love. But no glove. You get the glove. That's got to be it. There have been some crazy occurrences here week to week. Gary Payton, NBA draft, Skybox, PSA DNA certified, authentic autograph. Yeah, closer look if you like. NBA draft, Gary Payton, Skybox. It's crispy. 1990. What a great year. What a time to be alive. The 90s basketball. It's a beautiful card. 365. Skybox. 1990. It's got some of his collegiate stats there. 6'4", 180 pounds. During a busy summer of visits to boys' clubs and an appearance at the Special Olympics, Gary stressed that spending time on the basketball court in the classroom got him to where he is today, which is in the NBA. I got respect for that as well. Yeah, I'm with you. I think so too. I've been a huge fan of these slabs. Gary Payton, PSA DNA certified. Beautiful auto authentic. NBA drafts. Gary Payton for the Seattle Supersonics. Seattle Supersonics, which of course became the Oklahoma City Thunder, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check to be sure. But I believe this will be OKC. Yeah, for sure. OKC. Yeah, so it's going to be OKC hits. So Oklahoma City Supersonics. Yep, for sure. So for the Oklahoma City Thunder, this one's going out to Mike A. So Oklahoma City Thunder this week, we got Mike A. One of our returning guys week to week. So congrats, Mike. Getting to know Mike more and more over the last several months. I imagine this one is going to be one that he's very happy about. Not sure if he's here tonight. No, there he is. I see him in the chat. Congrats, Mike. Congrats. That's a solid one. The glove. Gary Payton is a beauty. NBA draft skybox. I love it. Yeah, man, these slabs out of the NBA have been fire. These have been electric in my mind. I'm with Jake. All right, quick recap. We had the glove for OKC. We had Dwight Howard, D12, for the LA Lakers and Jean-Rie. For hockey, We had Trottier, 6-time Cup winner for the New York Islanders. And I believe for the Islanders, that one went out to Dave. That's right. It went out to Dave. So Dave was the recipient of that guy. For the football, we had the Anthony Richardson on the camo alternates. That went out to Indianapolis Colts, which I believe was Eric. Again, double checking. Yeah, that was Eric. Eric S on that one. And then the J.C. Jackson. J.C. Jackson is a nice hit. J.C. Jackson for the New England Patriots. And the New England Patriots was Jose. All right, fellas. 5 items in, 5 items down. So congrats to everybody that hit. To everybody that didn't. Sorry, fellas. I know the break is more enjoyable when your team hits, but stick with it. We've got some guys here that come week to week, and I know they're waiting on some hits. I'm hoping I can deliver. I do the best I can, try to generate the positive energy. And if you look at the board here, even if your team didn't hit, it's hard to say we didn't have a nice break, right? I mean, camo alternate, Dwight Howard, 6-time Cup winner, Gary Payton. Man, there's another, in my opinion, there's another banger. So I think that went quite well. If you're signing off, I completely get it. So we'll see you guys next time around. We will break next Saturday, but I will tell you guys that the last 2 weeks in December, I'll be breaking on Sunday. We've got like a little annual ugly sweater party that I have in 2 weeks on a Saturday, and then I am taking my son to a minor league hockey game for the Ice Hogs, which is the minor league affiliate for the Blackhawks. On that following Saturday, we'll be on winter break. So next week will be Saturday for sure. And then the following 2 weeks in December, those last 2 weeks, we'll break on Sunday. Just give you guys a heads up in case that does anything for your schedule or if you want to participate or not. But I just want to let you guys know. All right. For the guys that stuck around, I can see we still got 10 guys. Maybe that's the 10 guys from the Facebook group. So we got to jump after this guy. I'm excited about it. Of course, I bought this thing in 2020. I've been sitting on it, and there's some nice cards in there. I'm hoping that we see some of them. So we're going to get after this, fellas. This will go to one of the people from the Facebook group that replied. So give me a second to get it going. Hey, I appreciate that, Dan. Yeah, thanks, Darren. I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks, Jake. Did they give him the camo to keep him hidden in Indy? That's funny. Jake's always got that good sense of humor. Did anybody see the Indianapolis Colts come in this year? I'm not sure that I did. So if anybody had them on their bingo card for this season, then I give you a lot of credit. All right, fellas. As always, I'm going to switch us over to the dice roller. When it comes to doing things randomly, being the math guy that I am, I want to make sure that we have it as fair as possible. So I've got my phone pulled up here. It looks like I can see it. But as always, you guys just let me know. Want to make sure you guys can see it as well, and then we'll dive in. It's fun no matter what. I love that, Dan B. Thank you for that. I always appreciate your positive energy. So that's what's up. Thanks, Tony. All right. Let's get after it, fellas. So I'm on random. Let's roll 2 dice. When I rolled 2 dice, I got 5. So I got 5 here. Another thing I love about random.org is you can check the timestamp. And of course, if you want to go look that up yourself, you would see the same thing. So I love it. So we got 5. Give me a second to switch over to the names here. Thanks to everybody in the chat that's letting me know that they can see everything. I always get kind of unsure. I want to make sure everybody can see everything and everything is the way it should be. Ever since I switched internet providers, man, this has been a lot smoother with the randomizer and everything. So, all right, I got the list pulled up there. As always, you guys will let me know. But we got a list of 11 this week. It's nice to see more guys jumping in on the opportunity for the little freebie break. So we'll give it a second there. But nice. Thank you. Appreciate that. We got Jake up top. And in case you're wondering about the order was the order that people responded to me on Facebook, which adds another element of randomness into what we are doing. So we got Jake up top there in spot number 1. No, yeah, for sure. And I imagine the Indy fans are plenty happy about it. Sputtering a little lately, but hopefully they keep it together. We got Tony at 2. We got Josh at 3. Robert at 4. We got Darren at 5. Dan B at 6. We got Ken at 7. Joseph J at 8. Braden at 9. Gino at 10. And John Ree at 11. All right, fellas, we're going to randomize this thing 5 times according to the dice. Whichever name is on the top of the list after 5 rolls is getting the hanger pack. And we're going to open it live right here, right now, and take a peek at it. All right, here we go. So we're going to randomize it. We got to do it 5 times. As you can see, there's the first one. So we got Joseph on the top here with 11 items in the list. We got to get there 5 times. Let's get after it again. Of course, here at the bottom, you can see how many times it's been randomized. So as you can see, there's 2. Here goes 3. List is randomized 3 times. Here goes 4. Gino up top there. All right, fellas, that's 4 times. This will be the last one. The 5th and final randomization. Whoever's name is on top will take home the hanger pack. Good luck to all the fellas. Thanks again for being part of the Facebook group. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Here we go. 5th and final time. Joseph J. So this one's going out to Joseph J. So on top here, we've got Joseph J. Joseph J up top. And list randomized 5 times. All right, congrats to Joseph. Joseph J. Taking down the freebie break. Congrats. Yeah, thanks, fellas. Always with the positive energy. Not sure if Joseph J is in the house tonight. But if he is, congrats. If he's not, we're still going to open this thing up. And then I'll send it out to him free of charge, like I said. All right, fellas. Let's get after it. We've got 2020 Panini Contenders Football. Thanks to everybody that's sticking around and opening up this pack with me. Of course, we'll talk about some of the cards that are in here. And I imagine some people will have some comments. There's always some good ones. All right, let's get after it. Joseph J., if you're in the house, this pack's yours. All right, here we go. Been sitting on this pack for several years. Let's see what it holds. It's also kind of fun to look back at the players on their old teams and think about what once was and where they're at right now. All right, when it comes to this product, which is the Contenders, definitely a little bit of a different one. So you can see just kind of by the look of it, the cards themselves very unique and iconic in their own right. What year? 2020. So this is 2020 Panini Contenders Football. So you got Herbert options, Tua, Burrow, and then that guy in the yellow jersey. I forgot his name. It's probably not important. All right, so let's get after it. Of course, I'm just hating because we're playing the Packers tomorrow. All right, let's get after it. Let's see what we got. Austin Eckler. This guy was a beast. This guy has won me many fantasy football matchups. So thank you, Austin Eckler. And that one's for the Chargers. And I'll spare you guys me taking care of all the cards and penny sleeving them and taking care of them. I'll do that off screen afterwards. So rest assured, Joseph J., these cards will be in good hands and they'll get out to you. Mike Evans for Tampa Bay. I know that everybody who's a Tampa Bay fan's looking forward to him coming back. Maybe Darren's looking forward to getting healthy at just the right time here. All right, we've got Philip Lindsay. There's a name I haven't said in a while for the Denver Broncos. Josh Jacobs for the Las Vegas Raiders. If he wakes up and just doesn't feel well, feel free to take the game off tomorrow, Josh Jacobs. You don't have to play against the Bears if you don't want to. If you're not feeling good, just take the day off. All right. So how about Tyler Boyd? Solid hit for the Cincinnati Bengals. Another guy that's found his way on my fantasy team many times. Tyler Boyd. All right. Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins for the Minnesota Vikings. Patrick Mahomes. It's a nice hit. It's not his rookie, but always a nice hit nonetheless. Patty Mahomes. Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack for the Colts. I definitely have a nice Marlon Mack autograph somewhere in my collection. I thought he was going to be a beast. Didn't pan out. He's a nice running back. Just maybe not as good as I thought. All right, we're gonna flip the cards over. Let's see what we got here. AJ Green. That was a nice receiver for the Bengals. AJ Green. Devontae Adams for the Packers. Adams has been absolutely tearing it up for the Rams. On my fantasy team in a couple leagues. Definitely been balling the last several weeks. Devontae Adams for the Pack. DK Metcalf for the Seahawks. I wonder if he wishes if he was still there. With Sam Darnold slinging the ball around, maybe he'd get more looks. Maybe he'd eat a little bit more. I'm hoping he ate on Thanksgiving because I'm not sure how much eating he's going to do on the field with Aaron Rodgers. All right, Odell Beckham, OBJ. OBJ. See you, Jean-Reed. Adios. Casual Chicago fan. I like that. I'll take it. There he is. Daniel Jones for the New York Giants. Absolutely been balling on the Colts this season. Whoever had that on the bingo card, like I said, if you had that on the bingo card at the beginning of the season, I'll give you a lot of credit. Did not see it coming. Lamar Jackson for Baltimore. We've got A.J. Brown. Ooh, time machine. A.J. Brown for the Tennessee Titans. He's had a couple nice games in a row. Kerryon Johnson. Kerryon Johnson for Detroit, for the Lions. Kerryon Johnson. Carson Wentz for the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, had some nice seasons there. I'm sure Jake would tell us all about it. So, what do you say, Jake? You a Carson guy? David Montgomery. I was just talking about him yesterday or 2 days ago. Monty for the Bears. Chicago Bears. Now Detroit Lion. I think the Bears didn't want to pay him $10 million. He walked and found a very comfortable home in Detroit. All right. Looks like we got a couple of cards here at the back. I think this is where the hits are. So let's see what we got. All right. We got legendary contenders. We got Steve Young. Steve Young for the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco 49ers, legendary contenders. Steve Young. All right. So then this card is 4-round numbers. 4-round numbers. That's a cool card. Kind of a duel. DJ Dallas for the Seattle Seahawks and Colby Parkinson for the Seattle Seahawks. Those are cool little cards. Could be some better names attached to it, but hey, I still like it. Oh, here's a guy that I really enjoyed watching for a long time. MVP contenders, Cam Newton for the New England Patriots. And why not end with a legend? It's on a green. It's on a green parallel, which is really cool with the color scheme. MVP contenders, Gardner Minshew II for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Talk about another team that has a monster game tomorrow. All right. Hey, not bad little hanger pack. I mean, we didn't have any monster hits, but it's fun to go back into the time machine and take a look at some of them. And I mean, even though this is Gardner Minshew, that is still a pretty sweet looking card with the green parallel to it. Really cool with the color scheme. So it is fun to go back and look at them. All right, I suppose I should come up with my favorite cards out of this. Monty's up there. I miss him. Mahomes out of there. And we'll throw Mike Evans. All right. Why not? So I guess my top 3 cards I liked out of it. This was the coolest looking card for the MVP, but in terms of players, those 3 are pretty solid. All right. I'll get those tucked away. Joseph. So Joseph J. walking away with those. I'll get those tucked away and sent out to you. All right, fellas. Once again, I want to say thank you If you stuck around all the way to the end to watch me open up some cards and hang out, I appreciate everybody that jumped in this week, whether or not you picked up any teams or if you picked up several teams, picked up any extras today. I appreciate everybody helping me fill this thing on a week to week basis. We'll be back next Saturday for some more fun. We've got some different products we're opening. Like I said, we got that baseball that we're going to try again, so that's exciting. Feel free to look at the checklist if that's something you're interested in. Good luck to all the guys that are in the running for fantasy football in our break room and as well as other fantasy groups. I am not in the playoffs in our break room, but I'm in playoffs in some other ones, so I wish you luck there. Good luck to your actual teams that you guys root for. As always, be kind to each other. Make sure to laugh a little bit. Life's too short to be upset all the time. But I appreciate all the positive energy, fellas. Good luck with everything. I will see you guys the next time around, and we'll be back next week for some more fun, some more hits. We got a solid board here, an even better, solid group of guys in the chat on a week-to-week basis. I appreciate all the kind words. Yeah, fun pack for sure. Yeah, my pleasure, Darren. Yeah, I like Cam. I like Cam as an analyst too. He just gives a different perspective to the entire game that I just have an appreciation for. Yeah, thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. Godspeed, Jake. Have a great night. Yes, yes. Good luck in fantasy. You can do it. I know that those kickers, the kicker went crazy. All right, everybody. Looks like the Buckeyes are up. Good luck to you, Dan B. All right, fellas. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm sure you want to get back to the playoff, or not the playoff game, but the big football game or the UFC fights or whatever you're into. Have a great night. We'll see you next time around. All right, fellas. See ya.